So my GTX 1080 Ti from MSI just came in. It's the Gaming X version, and I'm gonna do a quick unboxing for you. So let's see what's in the box. There's the beauty. A little envelope that contains graphics card, quick installation tutorial, some comic thing, Lucky the Dragon, computer workshop. Then we have Twin Frozer 2 gaming. I guess that's stickers. Yeah, stickers. The driver CD. I guess I don't need the driver CD because I'm going to be downloading them straight from Nvidia. A little thank you card. It's always nice. Oh yeah, the 6-pin to 8-pin adapter. Seriously, if you don't have an 8-pin connector on your power supply, just get a fucking new power supply. And of course, the card itself. Play hard, stay silent, Twin Frozer. So you can see the card is a little bit thicker than 2 slots, maybe 2.5. But that's due to the cooler, and the cooler is one big reason I bought this card, because the cooler also connects the MOSFETs here. They are really important. And then also it has this plate that covers all the GDDR5s. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right in there in the slit here. There's all the GDDR5s that sum up to 11 gigabytes of video card RAM. Yeah, and it's overall a nice design. The back plate isn't too well designed, just to say, because it's not connected to anything. As you can see, there's light shining through everywhere, so there's no cooler connecting to the backside, but it protects like the underlying PCB and all the components, so I guess it serves a purpose. Well, that's it. Let me install it and run some benchmarks for you, and then we can move along. Thank you. Welcome back. So I'm finished with my unboxing, and actually there was something else hiding in the cardboard box, which was a small pack of gummy bears, which is always nice. So I got something to nom on while I'm doing the benchmarks. So before I do the 1080 Ti benchmarks, I'm gonna do a quick benchmark with my current system just to see how the performance in Star Citizen improves while upgrading from a 980 Ti, which I run at the moment, to a 1080 Ti. So my current is also an MSI 980 Ti. It is an Armor X2, and it's also a little bit overclocked, so we should get some good performance. Let's see. Start Star Citizen. And also my so I can control my spaceship more precise. Nom nom, those gummy bears. Okay, so what I do for performance testing is mostly just go to Arena Commander, Free Flight, and pick my favorite ship, which is the M50, of course, because I'm a racer. Another loading time, more gummy bear. Already in. Okay. So first thing I usually do is point down. So in Free Flight in the M50, I always look down to the spot where the terraformer hits the Earth or the planet. I'm not quite sure it's Earth. That way I can put a lot of stress on the GPU, and as you can see, I get around 44, 45 FPS on average, with a little bit of an overclock on the 980 Ti. And then when you look up to space, there's this rock formation. I always pick this small rock here and just target it. And as you can see, the performance is much better because it's not rendering, or maybe it still is rendering, but it's not displaying the terraformer beam and all this stuff. So yeah, that's about 60, 61 FPS, which should be fine. Okay, let's try another ship. The Saber usually gets a little bit of better FPS. Not sure why, but it could be due to a more flushed out ship or a better designed ship. Even though it's bigger, it's kind of strange. It's just a different type of asset. Okay, point down again. And we're at 70, 71 FPS in the Saber. And point up. Pick the little rock. Where is it? Oh no, I'm in a different place. Just somewhere straight up should work. Let's check for the FPS, the max FPS we can get. It's like 86, 88, 89. Can we get 90? Oh yeah, that was a 90. So max FPS of 90 if I point towards the sky here. 91. Okay. So 91 FPS with the 980 Ti and the Saber in Free Flight. Performance seems quite okay. Let's check another ship. Maybe the Warden is even bigger, or the Carthual, it has a lot more details, and it's also red. Maybe that will put a little bit of a performance dent on it. Oh yeah, FPS are a lot lower. 40 for some, so still okay. And looking towards space, it's around 50, 51, 49. Okay. Now, back to the main menu, and I'm gonna turn off the video and see you after I've installed the 1080 Ti. Okay, we are back in, and this is the 1080 Ti. It just plugged in. I didn't have to install anything. It just says 1080 Ti in my MSI Afterburner app now, and it's running well. You can see that the core clock is at 1544 now, and the memory clock is at 5508 at the moment. We get around 200 FPS in the main menu, which is to be expected. No big change there. Well, let's check the in-game performance. Okay, same test as before. Gonna pick the M50 first. Then point down to where the impact point of the terraformer is, and we get a significant frame rate increase. This is showing 66.8, 66.5, 67, and this is without an overclock, so there's probably more to come. Okay, let's do a little bit of an overclock, because we did that before also. Okay, let's start overclocking. So temperature is around 55 degrees Celsius, which is pretty cool, I guess. So first let's try and get towards 2000 megahertz. So for that I increase the power limit to 170, which is the max, and click apply, and nothing is happening automatically, so we need to increase the core clock speed. And let's start with a little bit of an offset of like let's do 50, and click apply. You can see the clock rate change to 1949. Let's do a little bit more, maybe push it up to 100, so that's plus 100. And then also, since the card is starting to get warmer, set the fan speed to a max, click apply, and as you can see we're at 2000 megahertz now, which is pretty well, I guess. Temperature is 54 degrees, which is really low. So I guess we can push it a little more. Let's try 125. Click apply. And yeah, the card is just doing it, which is awesome. Let's go to 150. Oh, no. I think we crashed. So the clock rate, no, it recovered. Okay, we had a short dip down to 1500 megahertz, but we recovered and are running at 2063 now. The GPU temperature is actually going down because I increased the fan speed. It's running at 48 degrees Celsius, which is like really low. Seems kind of weird, but that's where it's at. Let's try a little bit more. I can see this going to 100 and... oh, that's too much. 175. I just added a 0 to that. That would have been like a crazy overclock. Okay, 175, and we got a crash. Okay, 175 is not stable. So every time the GPU crashes, you need to restart the driver, of course. And we just found the stable limit for this card, which is around 150. So I disable the GPU device and then I enable it again. So this will reset everything. And we can start fresh with the overclock. Starting up Star Citizen. And we're back in. Okay, overclock was 150 megahertz, which was okay. So just for safety, let's do 125 overclock. And save this to a profile. I can't increase the core voltage, seems to be locked. And I haven't yet tinkered with the memory clock, so this will be next. Just overclocking the memory. Loading times. So just to recap, the power limit is at 117% and the core clock is plus 150 megahertz. So that's why we run at 2076. And we're going back to free flight using the M50. Okay, pointed at the same spot as before. And with the core clock overclock, we get around 70 FPS. So let's do a little bit of a memory overclock. Start with 50 megahertz overclock, which should be possible. And yes, it's still running at 5557 now. So let's put 100. See how it goes. Also 100 is doing well, so we're at 5600 and the frame rate is at a stable 71 FPS at the moment. No, it's dipping down, 69. Well, let's try a little bit more. This is 125 megahertz added to the memory clock. Seems to be running stable. Even though the frame rate is a little bit lower now, which is kind of strange. Let's give it another 25, so 150. $5,643, which is still stable. Temperature is around 46 degrees, which is... I can't believe it that it's that low. 64 degrees on the GPU. With overclocks and everything going on. That's really a solid cooling performance right there. My room temperature should be around 21 degrees, so 22, maybe 23. Yeah, not too bad. The cooler is really good on the MSI. Let's try 175 on the memory clock. Yeah, I'm not sure the memory clock is having a good impact on the frame rate, or if it's just temperature related. Frame rate seems to be going down if we increase the memory clock rate too much. Nonetheless, let's go to 200 megahertz overclock on the memory. I'm not sure how far I can push this, but I guess we will find out. Let's go to 225. Still okay. 250. Apply. And still okay. I wonder if we can get to 6,000 or something. 275. Applied. Still working. We're at 47 degrees Celsius right now. 300 megahertz. 5,800, okay. 325. Still stable. 350. 375. I'm doing small steps, but I guess we're approaching the limit soon. Still seems to be stable. 400 megahertz added to the memory clock. 72 FPS. $425. I've just seen an artifact, I guess. Did you see that flash? I'm not sure what happened there. Game is still responding. Card has not shut down yet. I hope I'm not wrecking my card. Anyway, it would be within warranty and I gotta back up the old 980 Ti. Okay, this is crazy. We're getting 72 FPS now, so this is definitely having a performance impact. 475 now. 475 megahertz added. Let's see if we can push it to 6,000. 500 megahertz added to the memory. Okay. So we're at 2,663 megahertz GPU core clock and 6,003 megahertz on the memory clock. Temperature is 48 degrees, which is like awesome low. 525. Still stable. Still looking good. 550. $75 FPS. That's like the best I've ever seen in here. Where's the small little rock? It's back. So almost 100. This is crazy. So 97, 95, 94 FPS. We're at 1440p here. Okay, I'm done pushing my luck. I think I found a very good overclock right now with 150 added to the core clock and 550 to the memory clock. Running at fan speed of 100%. Temperature is 48 degrees. I'm just gonna let it sit there. I think it's the sweet spot. Okay, let's try some other ships. Let's try the Saber. The Saber should get like a much better performance. Okay, Saber. Looking at the same spot. And we get 104 FPS. 103, 104. Sweet. That's very nice. Looking up. Yeah, it's around the same. A little bit higher, I guess. 108, 107, 109. Can we get to 110? I guess not this time. Okay, let's try the Carthual, just like we did this the last time. Oh, where is it? Oh, poor Carthual. Okay, the Carthual has about 60 FPS. 59, oh 57. Okay, so it's around 58, 59 I guess. Looking up, above 60, like 67. Where's the small rock? Okay. Yeah, 65, 68, 69, 67. Seems okay. Isn't she a beauty? Okay, I guess that's my unboxing, installation and benchmark for Star Citizen with the 1080 Ti MSI Gaming X. That's a mouthful. Thank you for watching. If you liked my benchmarks, unboxing stuff, then leave a comment, like, subscribe and come back for more. Thank you for watching. Bye.